Farewell and adieu to you. Oh, hey, how you doing? It's another riveting episode of Three Dudes Brews, the last call. Happy to be your host, Buddy Taylor. It's nice to be back here in the Ruley home. Fantastic podcast for you guys. It's been I don't know.
It's been like a month.
It's been like a month, guys. It's
Yeah.
been forever since
It's been a month.
we've gotten together on a Thursday night and talk some really good beers and drank some really good beers. So here we go. This is a really good reason to celebrate too, because
Cheers to beers.
cheers to beers. I just today, just hours ago only, folks, I started my vacation. I got a really good grade in class. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to drink like 70 beers and a bottle of scotch and God knows what else in the next week or so in beautiful North Country, Maine.
It only took 40 years for you to finally pass class.
With this guy, yeah, 4 years, yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome to another riveting edition, as I said. Joining me as always, the man, the myth, the Greek legend, Kostas Sangaruli, the Greekest guy I know.
Yamas.
Hey, welcome to the show, guy. Yeah, let's do one of these. Let's do one of these too while we're at it.
All right, but let's do this.
More about that in just a second, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. What's that say? Oh, what's up, buddy? Oh, hey, how you doing, guy? Who is that? Primo. Oh, Primo. Holy shit. No, that can't be the same guy. All right, never mind. Hey, Primo, how you doing? All right, guys. So without further ado, tonight's guest.
We have a special guest tonight.
We have a special guest. She's our first time double dose. Repeat.
Yes.
She's coming back to the show. There's more news out there, guys. Hear the news tonight about beer and shit, just beer. Oh shit, what happened? Oh no, I just highlighted. All right, here we go. Please welcome the lovely and talented Heather Bryant from Yankee Brew News. Heather, how you doing?
I'm good. Congratulations on your vacation and your good grades.
Yeah. Oh my God, so much road on this assignment. I've been like shitting my pants like the last week, just like oh my God. And then finally she released the grades like an hour ago, and oh my God,
now you can relax, right?
I'm like, I can do this now. I can be a therapist.
I hope figuratively and not literally.
Yeah, figuratively, shit my pants. Yeah.
Thanks for the clarification. Appreciate it.
I swiftly pulled into the local liquor store and Kostas' computer and bought some lovely beers. Some for tonight's show that we're gonna see right here. So Heather, why don't you start us off there? What are you drinking tonight? What do you got going on?
So beer one, I have the Loch Ness Scotch Ale from Vigilant in Bristol.
Oh.
If you know me at all, you know that if you have a Scotch Ale on your tap room, I will travel and drink it. It's like one of my favorite styles. I am absolutely about the malts. So when I saw Vigilant had it, I had to make a beeline, and it's great. So
let me ask you something about your Scotch Ale. I'm not, maybe I am, but what is it about a Scotch Ale that draws you near and far?
Well, like I said, it's more on the malt side. There's not much of a hop presence that's up at all. So for me, malts is always a good thing. But when they make the Scotch Ale, a lot of times you're going to have that alcohol undernote. So it could be a little bit of whiskey or a little bit of some other kind of liquor in the barrels. So you get that layer underneath it as well. They're usually on the stronger side. This is only 6.8.
That's a beer, right?
It can be. This is a 6.8, so it's not too bad. But I love the malt stuff. I love red ales. Like those are my favorites. So they're not made that often. So when they have them, I always go and check it out.
I feel like red ales, that's more of like a March, like an Irish.
It is. So usually
type of beer.
Most places will definitely do an Irish red for St. Patrick's Day.
Of course.
That's lovely. But for me, I'm like, this is the reason why I'm such a huge fan. One of many reasons. I'm a fan of Tragmar in Bristol because they have the Irish red year round. So as soon as I found that out, I'm like, well, found my place.
They have a lot of great beers year round.
They do.
More on that in a second because we have beers, and then we'll talk about that. Kostas, what do you got going on there, dude?
Me?
Look at that, dude.
I don't actually have a beer tonight. I have Fourth Beach Raspberry Hard Tea. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's from Rejects Beer Company.
Rejects, nice.
Yeah, Rejects. Obviously, they've closed. They're looking for, I believe, a new location to open up. But I'm keep hope alive with
Great
some.
brewers.
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely. So I'm still
Ooh.
trying to support them by drinking as many.
We had one of their brewers on the show maybe like 6 months ago, right before they closed.
Yeah.
He was pretty good. He was very knowledgeable about beers. Speaking about knowledgeable about beers, so I'm drinking tonight. Usually, guys, I go with like everybody knows Buddy. Buddy usually goes with like an IPA. I got plenty of IPAs in the box next to me, but I started, as you could tell, with my rendition of Quint's Spanish
Okay.
ladies, Narragansett Pilsner. I've been a big fan of the Pilsner lately. Thank you, Ed Pat Nord. You did that to me, brother. And opened my palate and opened my mind to the Chris what's his name? Chris Hager?
Yeah.
Hager. Lovely man, hell of a sense of humor, and he's got a passion for German beer. So
All good things.
people have like led me into the world of Germany and their amazing spectrum
Oh yeah.
of beer styles, which is I grow to appreciate by the day, it seems. But that's what I started with today. And Narragansett, I got a guy I work with who he praises Narragansett. I'm like, Narragansett. But this is a good one. This is a good one. So getting back to we were talking about Tragmar and their lovely selection of beers throughout the year. One thing I love about Tragmar, it's a small place, but they always have like some Irish culture. I'm total disclaimer here, folks. I'm Irish. It's red beer, and the beer doesn't give it away. That the whole Irish music is always like every Friday or every other Friday. Their beer selection is wide, not just in number of beers, but in style. It's just a warm.
It is.
It was a good transition from six pack to drink, for sure.
It is. They just to hype them up a little bit more. I don't know if you guys are aware, but there was the Roadworthy Cup was the previous weekend.
Right. They won the whole thing, right?
And Tragmar came out on top. They won 8 medals, and they were the champion producer.
Weird.
Which is
Their
pretty
beer is
great.
awesome. Go out there and try it if you haven't. Jesus, it's great.
Absolutely, yeah. It was actually a lot of great beers won, and I also judged the Ocean State Homebrewing competition the day before.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good too.
Yeah. We were gonna go, and shit happens, But
Life happens.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
For sure.
Unfortunately, yeah. Life somehow, some way interferes with beer drinking.
It's just happening. That's why we have vacations, Boston, so we can go away in the middle of nowhere and drink up ungodly,
I gotta tell you, that sounds pretty amazing, buddy. Like that.
No electricity, no running water. Costas is a hell of a chef, and he does all the food, which is
sounds
holy.
Amazing.
It's a holy situation. There's a lot of beer. I bring about a case of Treehouse, and then I get my date. So I had this conversation with our youngest Umbagagonian who's coming this year. This is his first year, and Costas asked me to explain to him what the difference between a day drinker and why we have day drinkers and why we have night drinkers. So a day drinker would be something like this: a nice light pilsner. I actually got a 30-pack of Miller Lite and a 12-pack of Wachusett. Those are going to be my day drinkers. And then I got like various Treehouse beers. There's one beer, the Green, which is a 6.7. Everything else is over 8%. So if I was to start drinking 8% beers at like noontime, Buddy would be blackout drunk by 2:00 in the afternoon, and then Buddy would pass out and miss all the splendors of Costas's various skills. So that's the. Do you have day drinkers? Do you recognize the whole day drinking movement?
I can't say I've really thought about it before. I've always been in favor of it. I've always thought what's wrong with having a beer at noon and like that? Like sometimes I do.
There's nothing wrong with having a beer at noontime.
That's what I mean. Like I don't mind doing that, or maybe starting like a little bit early in the afternoon before I'm.
Would you start later though and work your way up, or would you just go straight for the Scotch?
No, it's just what I'm craving. I always just go with what I'm craving. I don't really look at the ABV. I don't really have anything that's probably this is the most is 6.5. I'm just looking at the other beer that I
Well, that's
have.
not too
That's
bad.
7. So yeah, like it's fine if I have that. It's I'm not going to get silly.
You're not going to start with a triple bock at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
No,
right?
I don't think I could manage that. That'd be a bit much. But
Right. So
but I'm all for it. I'm like, why not?
because, Yeah, you go into vacation and you camp, and you want to enjoy the whole entire experience. You don't want to end up
Blackout drunk and
blackout
For
drunk, and
ill, and then like Buddy did 2 years ago, and try to be a hero, and you're not 22 anymore, dude. And
Yeah. I'm not saying you. I'm saying I relate. I know, like all of a sudden digestion becomes a whole thing.
yeah,
It really
changes
does.
the whole ball game.
It sucks.
The whole reflux thing, that was never.
I was gonna say, don't worry about it. I've got I got a brand new bottle of Famotidine here, good to go.
Perfect.
Don't you worry about
Perfect.
nothing.
The kit's an Anna pharmacy.
Hey, you know what? You got to have somebody who likes to plan and prep like that.
Mhm.
You really do. That's really important. So
I think about the beer all year long. I was actually considering this year doing like more long-lived buttonwoods for a case. Like I do a case of good beer, and then, but Treehouse just calls me because I don't go there enough at all because it's so damn far away, and not really. That's my Rhode Island.
would you believe I have not been to Treehouse yet?
Really?
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 Not yet. No.
There's so many of them. There's one in. I went to Charlotte.
Oh, I know. No, but like I tend to gravitate more to smaller places more than anything else. So I'm like Treehouse. They don't need my press. They're
It's $1 billion a year.
I mean, I'm like
beer company.
they don't need my press at all. So I tend to go to when I go visit and I travel. I tend to focus on more smaller places, newer places. But one day I'll end up at Treehouse if I'm in the area. But it's just not really on my radar.
I would say we focus on smaller places too.
Yeah. Smaller places are more welcome also for our like podcast because they not that they need the attention, but whatever we can do with somebody.
Maybe the word artisanal, right? Yeah. Perhaps it's they're smaller places. That's what we're looking for. That's the whole purpose is to put that story out. Like Treehouse doesn't need us
to tell the story, right?
To tell their story. Everybody
exactly.
knows that. But what about the small guy that like nobody knows? Like we've actually come across, like we've met certain people where they're like, oh yeah, have you ever heard about this place? And it's like, whoa, I didn't know that there was a winery,
Oh my God, yeah.
A winery in Boston, Rhode Island. It's like, okay, we need to find out about this. Yeah. There's a cidery in Bristol Warren area. Oh my God, we gotta find out about it.
Yeah.
So it's like
that's the best part of the job, honestly, is because that's what I love to do. Because whenever I'm meeting anybody at a brewery or doing an interview, I want to tell their story. I'm not just I talk about the beers, but really I'm more interested about like how the dream came about and where they see this going, and what were their challenges, and just like what's the personality, what's the vibe like.
Well, like why they created one beer over another, why they were like German style, why were they like a sour, why are they all IPAs rather than
all of that. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know what story I would give with Treehouse.
anything and everything.
So I have a question for you. So what's going on with brewery news in Southern New England? Tell us the scoop. What's going on? What are we doing?
What's going on in Southern New England? Well, I'm going to just remind everybody that I cover Rhode Island and Connecticut, but I'm not as well known for all the other states. I got a lot on my plate. Well, like the Roadworthy Cup was the more recent thing, which was great to see and see how many people got placement. I feel like there's a lot of. Oh, go ahead.
You were saying that it was a Saturday and Sunday event, and that their Saturday was for home brewers.
Yes.
And Sunday was for like licensed, like legal.
Yes.
Brew establishment.
Yeah, you either had to brew or you're contract brewing in Rhode Island for it to qualify.
Okay.
So it was nice to see some people getting well-deserved attention. Something I'm really noticing, interesting this month especially, is that there seems to be a lot of charitable events related to breweries. Like it seems to be a real push lately. I'm thinking about like with Foolproof when they released Honey Hound, which is a collaboration with Rhode Island.
He's got it ready.
Do you have it? Yeah. It's really good. Have you had it yet?
I have had it, and I find it to be delightful. I
It
love
is.
it's a Kolsch style ale with honey. I'm
With
I'm a
honey.
huge
It's
honey
very, very
fanatic. I
nice.
get honey from like all over the places.
Mhm.
I love making mead and trying different honeys to make different styles of mead.
Yeah.
Spice, you name it. I love honey. So as soon as they and the fact that
As they
it's
get
like
it.
it's benefiting
Yeah.
a worthy cause, I think that's great. Like
Yeah.
there's
It
a
is.
lot of them out there doing that.
It seems like that's becoming more and more frequent, and I'm here for it. I'm all here for it. I saw. I don't know if you guys saw, but Nicole at Crooked Current, she's making a Dolly Parton beer.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Rip Dolly, Angel on Earth. I'm so sad, but she's
Yeah.
making but she says again, like a portion of the proceeds she wants to give to literacy or children's reading programs or something like that. And I'm like,
Nice.
fantastic. I love to see that sort of thing. I hope more breweries do it.
Nicole is awesome.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
Of course.
I know that I saw something with I don't know if we had shared it, but Arcane Meadery is doing like a collab and is sharing.
That's right. I saw that too.
Part of the proceeds, for like I think maybe like a food bank or something like that. I might be misquoting, but
I think you're close to that. Yeah. By the way, shout out to Arcade Mead. Even if you don't know what mead is and you think, oh, it's a sugar bomb, it's not. It's experimental.
Go there.
It's really interesting. It is really, really interesting
for you. It's awesome.
Yeah, we love the guys.
Did 2 episodes with those guys.
We've done 2.
Oh, I love those guys. Yeah, they're great.
The episode that was great.
Yeah,
it blew my head off, but it was great.
Same here. I didn't know anything. I don't know anything about mead, so I walked and literally he invited me via DM on Instagram, and I was like, okay, sure. Like, why not? I don't know anything about it. I'll come learn. And I learned so much there, and he was so great, and the variety of stuff that you try and kind of learning how, like, it's not always sweet. Sometimes it's drier. Like there's and different honey is different tastes. Like it was really cool.
So like a laid back, chill,
easy going,
cozy area. It's not very huge.
No,
it's got like a weird shape, almost like a isosceles triangle. But it's very cozy and they're very welcoming and they're very like, hey, try this.
Yeah, they were great. I love talking to them.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
When we go there, we sit there for hours and just sit there and talk to the guys, and it's a great experience. And to see like what they're putting out, all of their inspirations and all these crazy ideas. We sit there and we talk to them, and we're like, hey, let's like, what do you think about this? And we just start throwing ideas together, and you can see like the gears start to turn, and I'm like, maybe are we coming up with some new idea? Like 6 months.
Hey, you never know.
See that. Dude, all of them. We did back in July. Well, we talked to them probably in like May or June, and probably earlier. And with Nate Aiel of Uncommon Pair, great guys over there. We did a collab called 250, and it was came out right on July 4th. It was 3 dudes brews, so like 3 berries, 3 red. Yeah. We had the strawberry, the blueberry and the white cranberry. But we mentioned that to him, and his face like lit up. He's like, "Ooh!" And he started pulling out the recipe. He started looking at the recipes, going through stuff that he had. It's just like watching a kid on Christmas. And when the beer came out, it was we went there for an episode, and he had a little bit for us to try. It wasn't done yet, but it was so damn good. So like, it's awesome when you can pull like all the different flavors from like the front of it to the back of it.
Yep.
It's.
I don't understand how people can do that. I think that's like such a high level of skill for it to be layered. I don't even know how you do that, but it's really impressive. And that sounds like a good beer.
It's amazing. We had nothing to do with the process. He did all we were going to brew with him, but like. We just couldn't nail down a date. So guys, I just got to do it. So we get it out for the 4th. I'm like, yeah, we did the whole creative process with them, but
trying to line up 4 people's schedules to all fit, particular time.
Yeah, that's true.
It happens, but we trusted Nate, and Nate, holy shit, dude! Cheers, dude, Nate. You came out with that was a beautiful testament to 3 Dudes Brews. Right. So that was a wonderful beer. Speaking of wonderful things, so my next drink here, I don't usually profess the cider world. I don't know how you feel about ciders, Heather. I saw this. I'm a big blueberry fan, so I saw this New England cider blueberry. We recently, like last weekend, did filmed an episode with Tapped Apple in Westerly. And the more cideries that this guy drags me to, the more of an appreciation I have. This is like blueberry delicious. I'm gonna take another sip. I'm gonna let Costas have some. It's so damn good. What are your thoughts on cider?
So the funny thing is that when I was judging the Ocean State homebrew, my morning panel was ciders. And I literally came in and I said, I don't know anything about judging ciders. I know how to judge beer, but I don't know. And there was a really awesome guy at the table who kind of walked me through everything. And I'll tell you, there was some really good stuff and really interesting stuff. I think there was there was like a cucumber apple cider or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. There was a couple of really interesting combinations.
And these were homebrews?
These were homebrews.
Oh, that's even better. That's cool.
I would love to try it.
I know, right? I was like, that would sell. That would absolutely sell. But it was really fascinating just to learn, what you do judge them on. And much like mead, like there can be sweetness or dryness. Like there's a lot of different overlap between wine and beer and how you're judging it. And I thought it was really interesting. And I'll tell you, like does seem to be kind of this movement for beer alternatives, like ciders and mead and things like that. I will say, my editor has told me now I can write about mead. I haven't asked him about writing about cider, but I should, because it's all really interesting. It is.
Him and I have been arguing for years, and we will probably argue into our 70s and 80s because it's not three dudes beers, it's three dudes brews, and everything counts because cider is out there. Yeah. Cider is a huge, like, billion-dollar market. Mead, not so much. And then you start talking about wines. It's anything really fermentable. As far as the base, like, with beer, you use malt and grains and hops. Cider, it's apple juice. It's a grown-up apple juice. It's not like.
And then the guy we introduced the other day, he was topped. He had like Centennial, Citra, and was it Galaxy? I think so, or some.
I had a hopped. So I didn't even know that was a thing, that you could have hopped ciders. I was like, I learned a lot. It really opened up my curiosity to that whole scene.
For sure. So this one here, this is like, it says blueberry, blended with it looks blueberry. It tastes like initially and then as you swallow it, it's like the apple cider like appears magically, like Harry Potter in the night. It's fantastic. I really it makes me feel funny to say because of course this is going to jab me with a fork under the table, but like, wow, this is some pretty good stuff.
Yes.
But I will say though, we did do a cider challenge and I'm going to throw this in these guys' face every chance I get. We did do a cider challenge, probably a year and a half ago or so now.
2 years.
2 years. And a beer, the Trillium Berliner Weiss, what is that? What did they do? The daily servings, it was apples. And it was a blind test.
Wow.
We didn't know what was
what. Oh, that's always interesting when that happens.
And the beer wins. The beer wins.
Which means we should have disqualified it because it wasn't a cider, right? Buddy did not actually bring a cider to the cider challenge.
But he threw a curveball and they fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Nice.
Beer wins.
Well done. Well done.
Here, you need to try that. That is I've just cracked open the Honey Hound.
I'm jealous. I need to go back. I don't even know if they still have it for sale. I need to go back and get a 4-pack.
Well, I just had my birthday recently, last week, and my kids had a not so surprise birthday party at my house for me.
That's nice.
And everybody brought all kinds of
and this is very good, by the way.
Hard liquor, everything across the spectrum. So I was super. They knew I wanted to try this, and I hadn't had the opportunity to get down there. When I see something that gets, we try to keep up with social media because everybody's out there, right? and see what's being released. That's like what I look for. Like when I'm going on social media, I want to like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's what
all
I
right.
want to know
So
too.
I'm looking at like Wednesday and Thursday and saying, oh, what am I going to do this weekend?
Mhm.
Right. So I'll go on and oh my God, buddy, did you see that? Like, Vigilance got something new. Like, all right, we got to go to the Bristol Warren area. Then we're gonna have to check out Tragmar. We're
Yep.
gonna have to hit that whole area, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what area of New England are we going to today? Like that's like
Yeah, and
that's
it's based on what experience am I going to have, and if
Right,
you like trying new things, which I know you guys do, and I certainly do. So that's what I'm looking for, especially if it's something that's a little unusual. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know about that, but then I think I have to try it because
right.
oftentimes I'm surprised at how good it is. You never know.
Yeah. I look at it this way. I have to try everything at least once.
Yeah.
Give afforded that opportunity to try it and come up with your own opinion on it. Don't rely on somebody else's opinion of it, right? Like, Buddy loves double IPAs. I'm not the guy to judge a double IPA or a triple IPA. That's not me. I'm not going to like them. But when it comes to a cider, people might say I'm girly because I like sours and seltzers. And
girly, really? You have a woman guest right on.
No, I know, but you know what I mean. Like,
I do. I'm just teasing you. I know. I get it.
You're not. Let's say you're
awesome.
Typical woman. I'm not trying to stereotype or stigmatize your gender.
I'm really putting you guys on the spot, aren't you? I'm like,
most
women
don't drink beers. I'm just throwing that out there.
No, I know. I'm just messing with you. It's no, trust me. When I go into places, they immediately like, do you want a sour? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to judge you real hard on all your beers. Thanks.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it is kind of considered to be, it's lighter. It's fruit flavored. It's
love fruit flavors.
Yeah, a lot of fruit flavors. So no, I mean, I can understand that, but I feel like also, I don't know whether do you feel like that's still as prevalent, like this sort of association? Because I feel like that's blurring the lines a bit. Like there's, I was going to say, well, like this trend right now going back to sessionable beers, like there's all like the pilsners and lagers and all that sort of thing, and that's
that's a great segue because I wanted to ask you about that. Because I know that for a while we had, the New England IPA, double IPA, triple, West Coast, all the IPAs, right, that were coming out, and then all of a sudden we started having the sour, like the double IPA, the IPA phase went away. Then you had sours. Who can make the most sourest of sour beers? And I love that pucker factor. I really do. But then, there are times where it's like
the kettle sours are nice too.
Yeah,
the sweet.
I love the kettle sours.
Peanut butter jelly time.
God, I have to pick up a case every time Vigilant releases it. But like it gets to the point where it's like it's too much sour, and now I'm like I gotta take like 100 milligrams just to go out on the weekend.
I know.
And I'm dying, right? But I'm like, this is so great, but it's killing me. But I think that I don't know if you would agree, but do you think that like we're starting to go more centric view of like people, older people, they're going for the classic older styles, pilsners, lagers. You're seeing a lot of Czech pilsners.
I don't know why there's so much Czech stuff everywhere. I'm like, everybody's making a Czech lager all of a sudden. I'm like, what is going on? It's great. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, okay.
It's the OG, is it not? The Czech pilsner is the original, right? Even though
there is.
Germany, it's Czech. Yeah, but I mean, have that best water and all that stuff.
I think it's going back to the classic styles. Things were the pendulum swings, right? And it goes to the fringes, and now it's going back to the center where you're getting classic styles of beer. Yes. And how do you feel about that? Like, I want your opinion on that. Like, how do you feel about the pendulum swinging back to the classic, European, like Central European, Czech, German, Bavarian, all of those different types of beers. And I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna buy like a classic German lager or it's like a Czech Pilsner. Why am I gonna go to a brewery when I can just buy like
The package.
yeah, like
You know, that is a very, I didn't think of that, but that is a very fair point. That is a very fair point when it comes to marketing. Yeah. 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 Because I always watch for trends, and we had like there was like pastry stouts were a big thing for a while, and then like milkshake IPAs, like all these, or like really really powerful sours, like really like flavor bombs. It was like flavor bombs, and so
love flavor bombs.
And they had their place, and every now and again it's nice, but I feel like it just ran its course. So as you say, now I feel like things are swinging back, and definitely to the classic styles, but also sessional beers, like lower, like maybe under 4 ABV. That's becoming a brand new thing. I'm starting to work on an article about that because I feel like that's interesting. This push towards lower, because it's happening in a lot of places. I know Origin Beer Project, they usually like they kind of have a mission about staying very low on ABV. And when I went to the Shakespeare Festival in Connecticut a couple weekends ago, and there was a vendor there called Small Beer, and it was canned beer, and it was all about like tasty lagers, but I think it's like 3%. And their whole company is marketing for low ABV, and I thought that's interesting. A whole company, because a lot of places they'll make one or two, but they don't make it their whole identity.
Right.
They're making it their whole identity, and that I'm like, that is really interesting. So I want to do some more digging on that.
Might be a generational thing. The newer generation doesn't drink beer like or what have you, like we have. So I mean, maybe they're trying to
definitely part of it.
Market.
Yeah,
I think also from what at least the start that I've been reading, I think a lot of people, like you talk about with day drinking, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to get hammered at 1. Like you want to be able to have something that you can just sip for the afternoon, but it still is flavorful, and it's not like water.
Beer, yes.
It's actually beer, but you want to still be able to, function and have your wits about you. So go ahead.
Even if it's not a beer, it could be like a seltzer. RTD
Absolutely.
is huge. It's a massive market. It's become like
is becoming an interesting market,
multi-billion-dollar market when you think about it. Like my kids, I don't even know what generation they really fall into, Generation Alpha or whatever. But the 30-somethings, right, late 20s, early 30s. Like my daughter is my drinking partner. Like we go to the breweries all the time.
That's fun.
Right. And it's a blast, right? Like I get to like bring her to places, and I get to show her like what's out there, and she gets to experience.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Like it's a cool
kid though.
It's dad and daughter time, father-daughter time, and we get to go to all these different places and try all these different things, and like all of her friends, like they drink all of the seltzers, like all these different things, like Malibu ones, and it's ready to drink. It's usually low ABV, under 5%, very fruity. There's really not much sustenance to it. Like it's not like a double IPA where it's like thick and heavy. It's like water,
like that.
Speaking of drinking water, my next beer I just cracked up. Look at this. Look at the color. Look at the beautiful yellowish orange.
Oh my god!
Hues on that beer. What I'm drinking here, boys and girls. It's not anything light at all. It's a 7.8. It's one of my favorites of all time. The Cactus by Tilted Barn.
See, I knew it. I saw the cover, and I'm like, that's Tilted. I could tell.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Love it. I love that.
You like those big flavors, huh?
Favorites of all time.
So you're going to be doing an article on what you were.
I'm going to work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to work on it. I never know. Whenever I write something, I don't know if anybody's actually going to print it. You just have to. You have to just pitch it and see if anybody wants to pick it up. And if they don't, I'll put it on my blog. But I think it's a really interesting topic, and I've actually got an interview with the Small Beer CEO next week because I want to ask some questions. So yeah, we'll see what comes of it.
It's a really cool. it speaks to where we're going as beer drinkers, or as in a beer market, or what these brewers are going to brew next. Maybe
it's the trend of the market.
It is.
It's
It
you
is.
know, first and foremost, like the brewmaster, like these businesses need to make money to stay open, and they have to sell whatever their product is, and they have to know what the market is. And right now, that market is trending away from all those hot bombs and all those sours, and you're going more to a beer flavored beer.
Yeah, they're like beer that tastes like beer. But I hear everybody saying that all the time.
I'll say this about beer flavored beer and like lighter beers. I recently, and I've not that I snubbed my nose to the beer style, but I'm like, it's just another light beer. This is a funny way of beer. Go ahead, try that, Costas. And I went to a cult service at Tilted Barn.
Oh, you went to that? Oh, cool.
Yeah, I did that. I had never done that before. Yeah, look at that. I'll explain to you guys if you don't know what a cult service is, because I didn't. You go, and you go into Tilted Barn. So we were all sitting on. That's the German thing to do. And we all got these little coasters, and they give you this little thin glass of beer. It's like, dude, I'm gonna like pound this in like fucking like a minute. And like, that's okay, because there's a girl going around with this like circular like serving tray, and it's got like 10 of these like Kolsch beers in there, and they come and they mark your coaster costs for every Kolsch that they give you.
Oh my gosh.
And at the end of the day, you take your coaster, you put it on top of your glass, and you're done, and then you go inside and you pay. Wonderful event. You got to see a lot of good folks there. Honestly, Heather, there were a lot of people there. They knew me. I didn't know them. But they're great to talk to people. Great to like put a name with the face. Like, oh, you have this person.
Oh, that's great.
So
everybody knows the mayor, and everybody knows Buddy.
That's great, though. I love that.
But it was like a great way of like experiencing a new style, in that again, that German, like that outdoors, that Chris was there dressed like in his like funny pants and his suspenders and stuff.
The one thing I'll tell you that I worry a little about this swing towards the more classic styles is that it's going to invite a little more of that elitist attitude back into breweries, where it's a little bit like, well, I'm drinking real beer as opposed to everything else. That's one thing I worry about a little bit. I feel like we've come so far in being inclusive and like everybody's open to trying anything. But, when if you're really focused on those classic styles, it can be really easy to dismiss people who maybe don't like it, or they like something else. As like, it's not real. So that's the one thing I worry. I don't necessarily see that happening, but I do wonder if it might.
I've asked that question before, like what defines beer, right? Like, okay, so fine, like a Vienna lager, like a Czech Pilsner, a Vienna lager, whatever, right? But I love, there's what, over 150 styles of beer, right?
Probably a little more than that, but go on,
it's amazing. It's all the different styles,
But I love, like I like to try the things that are on the fringe. And if people come up with something that's like crazy and wild, I have to go there to try it.
Me too.
Like when I first had Vigilance peanut butter and jelly, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And, we interviewed them and they were like, this was a mistake. And I'm like, I don't care. If you keep making this, I will show up and I will throw money at you. And I have.
Oh my gosh, that is another article I'd love to write if anybody's listening. That whole where something is a mistake and how you pivot. Because I think that really speaks to a brewer's creativity when you're in the moment and you're like, oh shit, this is not what I thought it was going to be. What do I do? And and oftentimes I've heard many stories over the years that oftentimes they'll make this pivot and it ends up being actually better than it was originally. And people love it. And you're like, exactly like you just said, like it's a mistake, but it wouldn't have happened unless there was that mistake at the very beginning to pivot. So that I would love to tell stories about that. If anybody has any.
Yeah, they do.
I love hearing that.
That's almost every brewery we go to and do an interview with. We ask
that question.
Everybody has that story.
Almost every single one of them have a story.
I love to hear about the creativity and the knowledge that comes alive in that moment. like all their knowledge, all their ability to look at all different scenarios, and then why they make the choice that they did. And, you know, did they know it was the right choice? Did they think, well, I just might as well just go for it because it's already messed up anyways? You know, like all that. I feel like I would love to dig more into that too, because
as a home brewer,
everybody's got a story.
As a home brewer, I've made things where I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible, and then I'll bottle it and I'll you know, cold crash it and age it out and everything else, and then I'm like, I should just throw this away. And then like a year later, like you know, I've got like small like little sample bottles, and then try it like 3 months, 6 months, a year, and then I'm like, oh, this is progressively getting better. And then after a while, I'm like, damn, this is actually pretty good.
Isn't that cool?
I'm so glad I didn't throw this out. Like it changes over time, and especially with like mead, you know. And it's like, wow, this is so good. I'm so glad I didn't, because it just needed time. And you know, like when we do interviews, like Buddy said, you know, we'll ask that question: Have you had a Bob Ross moment? Have you had any happy little mistakes?
Oh, I didn't know you guys had that. I'll have to go back and root those out.
Like what's your Bob Ross moment? Like what did you do where you were expecting, you know, to go left, and then it goes right, and then it turns into magic, and you're like, I wasn't expecting this, but damn.
Good on you guys for asking that. That's such a good question.
Yeah.
That is a great question. I'm sure they're probably really great stories, and maybe they're happy to tell it, or maybe they're a little bit like, well, do I want to say I messed up?
Yeah, some people are happy to let you know that, you know, I'm not perfect, and yes, this I was expecting this, and it came out this way, but you know what? It's so good, you know. But like the fringe stuff, like I was saying, like the peanut butter and jelly sour, or like you could talk about like foolproofs, like spicy Nickelodeon, right? It's a spicy goza, and you know, cucumber goza, and I love that. You're Irish, you can't handle heat.
I can maybe no
anything more than
hot one, right? Yeah.
Than salt and pepper, and you're done.
Poor buddy.
Let's be honest. You know,
I'm Scottish, so don't worry. We're like simpatico here. I mean, so I don't know. Yeah.
We can go back to the arcane mead. We had 16 different styles of mead, from like bell pepper up to like, you know,
like incredibly. My eyeballs were popping out of my head for that whole last 2 flights. Oh my god, sweating like sweating. They were good though. They were like
he was sweating like a sinner in church.
Easily, they were flavor bombs. I had these like thoughts in my head, right? This isn't a session. We're not in session. So all these, like, say in the last 2 years, X amount of breweries have closed down. Could you think of like different beers from, say, like, let's say Beer on Earth, Crafted Hope, Smug, what's another one called? Proclamation. 12 Guns. All these breweries that have closed down, it's like 2 or 3 years. It's been sad. It's been depressing. Think of all those great beers that have gone bye-bye, and they no longer exist.
Yeah.
What if, now this is probably a big what if, because how many of these guys would be willing to, what if somebody could get like a cookbook together of all these dead beers? This has been my I've been for a few years now. What if somebody could like get like Yellow Belt, get that recipe, get like the recipe for like what was that unicorn beer that Park used to do that was incredible? Just all these like beers that are no longer brewed because the breweries closed down. Why can't it be made like people like Jim Rogers or people like Chris, people who brew beers? Why can't they continue these to love the tradition of these great beers? You think that people would? You think these brewers would do that? These former brewers, would that be a thing, Heather?
I mean, it really depends, because now we're talking about like IP rights and what's publishable and what's like all that sort of thing. But that being said, I mean, it's possible. It may not be the one that you want. That's the whole thing. If you come with them with a specific like this recipe, I mean, That's always a
This
toss
guy
up.
pulled out a yellow belt like 2 months ago and placed it before me, and I drank it. I think we were on a show, and it was like I saw a ghost. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it tasted so fucking good.
And
I know what you mean.
people say, oh, you got to go to and I love beer, as we all do, and I understand that fresh beer is better, but there are certain beers where like a double, an IPA was specifically designed with hops so that way it would last
Yep.
as it was being
That's
many
right.
months or years as it was being shipped around the world,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
That was the purpose of it.
Yep.
So, like, I have a little cellar, I keep I squirrel away stuff, right? When people say that they're going out of business, like I have a full entire case of Proc downstairs.
Do you really?
All the different bottles, yeah. Like,
That's amazing.
and I've got. I'm not like a Tony Kacheri who's got like a whole entire house.
Oh man, wouldn't that be nice?
You pulled out some like
Someday.
whoa, dude, look at this.
Someday, I might have a collection like that, right? And
That's
and
fun.
strived and I aspire to reach that level. But like finding like all of a sudden like you'll find like something that it doesn't exist anymore. Like finding
Like reject.
a rejects,
Yeah.
forage, right? Like certain things that are never going to exist anymore.
Mm.
And like you're having a really, really bad day, or like it could
Yeah.
be again, it could be really bad day, or you're having a really great day.
That's
And
true.
let's get you out of that bad day with like an amazing beer for like if all of a sudden I had a barley wine from Six Pack.
Oh, that was good too. Oh,
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I'll share something with you guys, which that Shades On has been bought.
Yeah.
Okay. So I actually just interviewed the new owners.
Nice.
Okay.
Because the next feature that's coming out in Yankee Brew News is called Relaunching an Established Brand.
Oh.
Yes.
And I talked to
That's
Josh
cool.
over at, I talked to Josh at Trinity Brew House because they did
Yeah.
the renovations and they're restarting. And then I talked to the Shades On guys because it kind of leads into what you were saying about how like these lost beers.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things I want to shout out for Shades On is that they are actually going to the community and saying, what beers would you like to see come back?
Buffalo check.
Buffalo check.
Well,
my
I get, but any of them, I guess there's like 150 recipes that they have access to. And I love the fact that they're going back and saying, what would you like to see come back?
Yeah.
And like, what a great idea.
I think that's intelligent marketing because you are asking the people who are going to purchase what you're making, what do you want me to make you?
That's awesome.
And it's showing respect
Mhm.
to the previous owners by saying, like, we're not coming in here and just changing everying.
No.
We're respecting these recipes that were so great.
Chip and they did something. Chip, we had the pleasure of interviewing Chip before they sold the business, when they were still they were still actually at the time they were
contract brewing.
They were contract with Proclamation at the time, and he was really he's like, yeah, I live out in Colorado now, but we're gonna keep the brand, just try and sell everything off and offer it up. I mean, for sale, but if not, which is great because Shades On they make a lot of good beers, and there's a lot of good beer recipes in their
like Heather said, there's over 100 plus beers in
That's what I mean. And it kind of goes to your comment before about like having that recipe of lost beers. Like here's an opportunity literally where you can revisit a lost beer.
Rabbit closed down, but
Moniker
bought them and is doing some of their beers and some of Moniker beers, which is really a nice tribute. And
it is
keeping them beers alive.
For Trinity Brewhouse as well, the brewer Josh, he is keeping some of the classics and the classic recipes, but then he's also kind of introducing his own into it as well. But he's very cognizant about the previous ownership and this previous patronage, like when they come in and if they might have, like they're expecting certain things. So he's trying to respect that and be creative. But yeah, anyways, it's funny. I just got into all this topic because I thought what a challenge it is for a brewer to come in to an established brand. You're not coming in scratch. You're not coming in from scratch. You're not coming in and creating your own identity. You're going into an entity that already exists. So then how do you balance
You got to live up to
past
that.
with yourself? Like keep your creativity, but you still need to respect what was already established. And that's a really big challenge, I think.
You're paying homage to the past, but you're also putting your spin and twist on it.
Yeah.
Like people are going, like you said, people are going to go in and expect certain things.
Right.
So you have those staples on there, but then you have your own twist on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's really the smartest approach.
You know, you might have, say, 5 and 5, like 5 classics, 5 of yours. And then as people get in there and they try yours, you may be able to kind of slowly phase in.
Exactly.
Old people don't like change.
No, they don't.
Right?
No, they don't. No, I mean, I get it. You have like a place that you...
Trinity. So Trinity, all right, full disclosure, I don't like to talk bad. I'm not talking bad about it.
We don't do that on 3DB.
I'm not doing that. They had,
just don't talk about it.
No, I'm just going to say they had good beers, but they never changed their lineup. They always had the same beers.
Same.
Right through from like 1990, like, 5 when they started.
Yeah.
To the
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Then you get places like our boy Nate down at Uncommon Pear. He has his entire lineup is constantly rotating. It's better than all flagships or a constant series constantly rotating, or maybe a little bit of both.
I think it's really ballsy actually what Nate's doing at Uncommon.
Yeah,
like what is he repeats one, I think, that Common Ground pale ale, but then everything else, and we're talking like the gamut. Like you don't know what you're going to get at all. And some people really wouldn't like that. But I think it's a really risky way to do a brewery, but I think he's doing really great at it.
They did a collab right around the same time we did the collab with him. They released a collab with Lops. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That IPA was so damn good because it was uncommon. They had what was it? Anchovy.
Some weird thing in there. I know.
Anchovy hops, but it's not.
The name does not do it justice.
Oh, so damn good. So I mean, just like these new combinations, these new not new styles, just new
really new.
Really, Nate, dog. Cheers, dude, to you, Nate. You're doing some really great things down there.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Almost everything is amazing down there. So there's that.
So I have a question for you. What do you think what do you think we have in the future for the craft beer industry? Like, where do you see things going?
In terms of what people are brewing or the business itself?
In terms of, what people are brewing and what we're going to see, coming out. I know that there's been a trend where there's been a lot of breweries closing.
Yes.
And the younger generations don't drink nearly as much as, Gen X, boomers,
it's a real problem.
Even millennials, right? How do they pivot in a market like that?
Yeah,
I know that's pretty. I know that's a pretty deep question.
That's a loaded question. I'm going to try to sum this up as best as I can. Just like you say, pivoting, being open to pivoting, being open to adding new things. Even if you might be a beer purist, but frankly, you really can't have a brewery without a non-alcoholic something, and also maybe a seltzer or something like that. You got to have it. Like you just. I know. Listen, I don't love that they have that, but you got it. Because people are coming to breweries not necessarily for the beer, but for the vibes and the community, and so you need to be able to serve everybody. There's also the problem of the fact that kids are so prevalent at breweries as well, and that's a whole other thing I have an opinion on. But
I'm biting my lip on that one because
that's a whole other show. I'm not a fan. I'll just say that I'm not a fan. But a lot of times breweries have to pivot towards that too. They have to make those kind of concessions. I will say, I think when I see places closing, okay, so this is what I think. I think we're at a point in the industry where you need to have great beer and great vibes. And if you have mediocre to poor of either of them, you're going to have a lot of trouble surviving. People are not interested in the okay anymore. They're because everybody's tight on money. There's less people actively drinking, so a lot of times you need to be kind of be a fan of beer. So if you're going to spend your money, you want to make sure it's great. And so there are places that are perfectly fine,
Right.
but they don't stand up to other places. And a lot of people are choosing quality. And also the vibes too, like where they feel welcome and where they feel comfortable, where they can talk to the owner, where their friends meet all the time. Like that counts just as much. So you can have really nice beer, but if your vibe sucks, people are not going to like. That's
want to be there.
You have to have both. You got to work at both.
Yeah,
that's
we've had experiences where we walked into a brewery or two, and the vibe has been off, and like we walk in, and it's kind of like people looking at us like, "Who are you, and why are you here? Like you don't belong here." And it's like,
and that matters. People always focus on like, well, the beer, and I'm like, no, it's the experience as well. It's the time you spend in that establishment is just as important, maybe even a little bit more. Because if you have a great conversation with a beer tender or an owner, or you meet somebody really cool, you're going to remember that, right? So I feel like there's already so many there's already so many things that breweries have to do, and I sympathize because there's all the choices, and then kids, and then this whole other layer.
Making beer and coming
it's
up
hard.
It has to be an all-encompassing experience.
It does. Yes, it
does. Whatever you're serving has to be amazing. The location has to be top notch.
Good parking.
And it has to be
there's gonna be a food element, whether it's food trucks or you serve. I'm early this month. I went to Florida on this residency for school, and I had to pay for dinner. But of course, I went to breweries. But every brewery in Florida serves food, like not just like bar food, but food, and they have great beers. And a lot of them had one had a band playing. It was friggin' awesome. I could have stayed there all night and listened to them. But I mean, that's the thing that it's not just about going to a brewery anymore to drink that beer.
Know, it's whole
it's what's going to get you there and keep you to drink more beer. I feel like
which is why more places should serve food, because that means you're going to stay and you're going to drink more. But again, that's a whole other, if you're getting into the backgrounds of it, then it's that special licensing and equipment and all this. There's just so many things that you need to do to be successful. So I really feel for breweries right now. I'm very sympathetic because I'm like, this is not easy.
Yeah.
You guys are not having an easy time of it. It sucks. In terms of the beer itself, like I said, the lower APVs are definitely getting more prominent. I would say, you're never going to totally eliminate the New England IPA because that's kind of the go-to.
And I don't think you should. You should never eliminate it.
No, but I think a lot of people are kind of sick of it, but I do feel there's still a good percentage of people who that's what their instinct. They're going to go someplace and they're going to say, what IPA do you have? So I think it's still challenging to not have an IPA unless you do everything else amazing. Yeah. That's still kind of a challenge. But I will say sorry, go ahead.
No, ladies first. Go
ahead, no, I was just going to say, but there's a lot more West Coast IPAs I'm seeing coming up on boards more and often. So I feel like that's starting to come up a lot more. But I don't know. I think there's still a lot of weight behind these classic Czech Pilsner things. I think that's probably going to still go on for a bit. But I'm curious to see what comes next.
I didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry. I'm drinking a Bunktoberfest.
Oh.
It's made by Bernard Brewing Company right there in Portland, Maine, which is on my bucket list of beer locations I want to go for a whole week and just drink nothing but beer. But they make this Marzen beer. It's a 6.4. Holy fuck. Marzen lager. What do you think of it, Costas?
It's the nose on it is very malty, kind of caramelly.
Yeah. Taste it.
Nice foam. I can see.
It's so damn good. You hold it up so you can see it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
That's beautiful. Nice color, good foam.
Oh, it's beautiful color. It's
this is. Where did you get this?
I got this at Wickers
You're
on
making
Baldwin
us
Road
speechless.
in Wallach. Bunktoberfest. It's made by Berner Brewing Company in Portland, Maine.
I'm a sugarholic, right?
Are you?
Yeah, guys.
Diabetes.
Ooh, shit. Okay. So,
Yeah, like I like my diabetes, but yeah, like Heather said, she likes malts. I totally agree. I
I'm
love
a real malt
like
person. Yep.
this part of the year is right in my wheelhouse because all the amazing seltzers are coming. Not seltzers, ciders are coming out.
ciders,
And then
pumpkin beers.
no, I don't do pumpkin beers.
Do you guys
God.
remember the first time I was on this show? What we talked about with pumpkin beers?
Pumpkin beers. You don't
Anybody-
like them.
I think they're an abomination. I hate them so much. And remember, we said that you guys were like, "Well, we're going to have like a taste test of pumpkin beers, and you're going to have to try them and see if we can find one that you like."
We still need to do that. I had it in my hand. I put it down. This a pumpkin latte, and it was a beer. I don't know who was buying
No,
it.
no, thanks.
No, that's just too much.
We've done
Actually,
that.
I'm just saying, actually, when I was at Shakespeare, I actually from East Rock Brewing Company, who's amazing with lagers. If you've never been, totally check them out. They had a pumpkin lager there, and that was damn good.
Really?
I have to admit, yeah, I was like, "Whoa, this is probably the best one I've
We'll
ever
try
had."
it. You're just not a big fan of it.
I don't like I don't like the spices in it.
Yeah.
I don't like. I don't know. Sometimes it can be really sweet, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, like
I don't
chippy
know. I just am not.
Sweet.
pumpkin head. That's a little sweet. That's a
Yeah,
little,
I just don't. I don't like it, and I hate that they're everywhere. But yeah, if you ever want to see if you can find one that I like, sure.
Yeah.
I was going to share what I'm drinking. What I'll open it next. This is. This is from Fat Orange Cat. This is in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Nice, yeah.
And this is a chocolate and vanilla porter.
Oh.
7-point ABV.
Oh, darn.
Lovely and dark. Had tons of foam, like great head. It's so
That looks pretty good too.
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Mhm.
A porter.
See,
That's very nice.
I love, like I said, I love the fall season. It's cooler weather. You can light the fire and you can go sit outside with some ciders.
Yeah.
You can sit outside with some stouts, some porters. We've done some fantastic
Fantastic things.
in
Yeah.
the past.
I do it in the summertime more. But go ahead. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, no, I am truly a seasonal kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you'll drink double IPAs year round, but I love this.
No, Austin.
Nothing wrong with that. I'll drink Irish red ales year round. So
Great beers, but
Say that again, Heather.
I said I'll drink Irish red beers year round.
Oh well, yeah, no, there are certain styles I'll definitely drink year round, but I do look forward to a good stout.
That's true.
Good porter. Those darker beers, those German
dessert stouts, imperial dessert stouts, all of that. Those 14%ers that are like, so it tastes like a chocolate cake going down, and then you black out drunk. And yeah, those are the best.
Maybe not that, but
Before we
I hear
wrap
what you mean.
up tonight, Heather, I just wanted you to ask you about a little bit more about Yankee Brew News. How often do you post articles? How often does it? Where can people see it?
Yankee Brew News is published every 2 months. It is available in print version that you can subscribe to, or you can go online to yankeebrewnews.com.
Mhm.
And my stuff, I post on my Instagram, which is Beers with HB. I also put it on my blog, same name. And hopefully the next issue should be out in the next couple weeks.
Nice.
And it encompasses all of like what is Yankee Brew News? What does it encompass?
So it's been around since the 80s.
Really?
And it's all the New England states, the 6 New England states. So there's usually a feature article. There's some home brewing recipes. There's news from every state. So I just submitted the Rhode Island, Connecticut news. There's Rhode Island there's profiles for each state where it's just like 250 words, new place that you visited. I'm going to do discipline this month.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one. I might do discipline. And in Connecticut, 12 note. I think I'm going to do that too. And then I do a woman of beer profile as well, which I'm actually, I did an interview with Shannon, who is the head of the Rhode Island Beer Club.
Nice. Yes.
And it was really interesting just to see like what goes into having a beer club? How do you make this work? And that was cool. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting, cool stuff in there. There's a lot of good writers, a lot of good info. So yeah, check it out.
Oh, we're huge fans. I've read many of the articles. Like I know you did Rose one.
Yep.
You know, and I look forward to it. It's like it comes out and I'm like, oh, the new episode, like not an episode, but the new edition of Yankee Brew News.
I appreciate it. It's kind of a gig I never thought I'd have, but it's really I really enjoy it,
Here we go.
and I appreciate anybody who's open to talking to me because I like to hear everybody's stories.
All right, seeing as you want to show everybody, show the class what I'm drinking.
So Costas is now drinking downwelling Berliner Weiss, mango and tangerine.
Oh,
It's very fruity. It's very delicious. It's very light.
that's nice.
What was that by?
I'm doing lights
It's
tonight.
aquatic. What do we?
Listen, that is downwelling. It's a Berliner Weiss. I believe Chris Hager would probably correct our
Weiss.
our
You're fine.
German.
You're fine.
Berliner Weiss. It is a mango and tangerine Berliner Weiss.
That sounds nice. Very nice.
Stop saying.
All right, we're gonna shut you off.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, this is actually from Aquatic Brewing, which is in Falmouth, Mass.
Great.
We actually just recently recorded with them. They're out on the Cape or whatever, and they have some fantastic brews.
Yeah,
So if you happen to be down in the area,
they're right in Falmouth.
Falmouth, kid.
It's it's interesting because these guys are like at Aquatic Brewing in Falmouth, which is right near Woods Hole. They were
PhDs in oceanography, and they were like, "Yeah,
now we're gonna make beer
we're
instead.
gonna make beer."
Listen, the amount of people I interview who have an engineering or science background and then they pivoted to this, I hear it all the time. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Right.
All the time I hear it. I don't know what it is. The science and the chemistry and the engineering,
and the
they all
beer,
just
yes.
they go right to beer. So there's many people who've done that.
Heather, I go right to beer, and I'm not even in the science thing. So I mean, that's amazing.
Well, there you go. See, you're an anomaly, I guess. You're a special guy.
Yeah. we once did a tour of Down East Cider, and
right.
Oh, nice.
I run a lab, and you know, like we got a group on, and we went to Down East Cider.
He's a mad scientist.
Yes, exactly. And you know, we go as couples or whatever, and we hit all these different places, and we do all these different things. And we went to Down East Cider, and like, you know, they give you the shtick tour or whatever. And I sat afterwards, and I was looking, and I'm like, wow, they got a fume hood over there. They got all these graduated cylinders, and I'm looking at the board with all the formulas, and I'm figuring shit out. And then,
Dork.
you know, thank you. And I sat there, like looking at everything afterwards, and like you couldn't walk past like the roped off area. And then one of the owners came over, and him and I sat there for like half an hour, just BSing about everything. And my wife had to like pull me away, and she's like, "Let's go! Like tour's over. Like we gotta go." And I was like, "No, you don't understand. We're speaking dork. Like this is like
I get it.
Beer dogs.
Like,
I love those conversations. They're
but
the best.
yeah,
And I feel like it's really unique.
When
to
I am ever going to talk
breweries.
to this? You know?
what?
Yeah, we're going to talk to this guy.
Yeah, when are you ever going to talk to this dude ever again? But like,
Yeah.
you know, like to understand lingo and everything else, and like look at everything, and you're like, oh yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's something that you can relate to, and it made that experience that much more. But you know, the dork part of it is huge. But like we interviewed Alan from Gray Sale, and the guy was a chemical engineer.
Awesome.
There's so
See, I
many
told you. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
all the
all
time.
these guys.
He made pharmaceuticals by day and then beer by night. It's like,
I love it. Isn't that cool? There's always something interesting going on. There's always more things. It's great. I love it.
It's really cool. Same thing with that one in Attleboro. The guy who does the pilsners who told me about the popcorn and the pilsner.
In Attleboro?
You mean
Angletree?
Oh,
Angle
Angletree.
Tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happens to be celebrating their 4th anniversary.
Congratulations to Angletree, who taught me about pilsners also.
They have an amazing cream ale.
Oh, they're really
They
good.
have
That guy
I know
was-
exactly what you mean. That cream ale is very good.
Oh,
I've gotten a 4-pack of that before. That's good.
also
That's another guy who's like a big science dork. He does-
also low ABV,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It'd be really interesting to watch tap lists and see, especially as we're going into the cooler months, because that tends to lift the ABV up. So I'll be curious
Yeah.
to see whether that happens or not. I don't know. I'm not sure if it will. It might. Maybe
Yeah.
So
not as
little
much though.
time, so many breweries.
I know, right?
If I had more time on my hands, I would.
I hear you, ma'am. I wish I could get it to more.
Yeah.
I keep trying.
Yeah.
Best I
Life
can.
interferes with drinking.
I mean, Rhode Island alone, it's cover everything. I didn't. Ragged Island. I hadn't been to Ragged Island until like a few months ago, and I went there. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell have I been doing with my life? I'm just gonna sit here and sit with these plants and drink beer, and then watch their musical shows.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
yeah.
the same way when I went to I went to Gray Sale. I'd never been to the Gray Sale beer garden before, and I was like, it's in a yellow Victorian house. What is this? You know, it's got chandeliers and shit. I'm like, what? What is this? And then the whole like lovely it's like an English tea garden in the back.
From the 19th
Like what?
It's amazing.
It is. That's what I love.
The murals are gorgeous. I love it.
Oh my god! Like what a building, right?
I know, but like so unexpected. It's like
Yes,
really?
Yes.
I remember checking the address, saying like, really, is this it?
And you know what's
No, I was just gonna say I feel like everybody knows Gray Sale, but not everybody has actually been to their location.
Right.
And it's worth a drive. It's worth checking out. It's pretty cool.
And Gray Sale also has what is it? The distillery next door.
South County
Distillery.
Yeah.
It's literally a half mile down the road, which we never knew because we've been to Gray Sale many a times. Tapped Apple is literally half a mile down the same freaking road.
Yeah.
And we've gone to Gray Sale, and I'm like, oh man, I would love to go to Tapped Apple, but it's in Westerly and it's so far. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm in Westerly, and we're like, it's like a 5-minute walk or whatever. And I'm like, so we're going there.
That's the Rhode Island mentality.
It is.
Like, it's so far.
Right, so they have the new building, it's the yellow building. They have the beautiful courtyard. But back in the day, it was a Tuesday. It was just the old macaroni factory where they have the xylophone outside. You go into that really narrow, like tasting room. It's like maybe like 10 people could stand in all together, and they have all their beer made, the fermenters, and all the beer making stuff in the background. They have a sign, and I took my ex-girlfriend there, and she took a picture of the sign. This was her on her profile for like ever, but it's like, beer makes you feel the way you ought to feel without beer. Such a great line.
I get it.
Beautiful
I understand that. I do.
Heather, we could talk to you about beer and breweries and beer, of course, for another like 12 hours.
I know, right?
It's buddy feeding time.
We've gone over our time here.
That is okay. I'm always happy to see you guys and chat. It's always great.
Always a great time. It's always good to catch up.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully I'll see you guys somewhere soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some pumpkin
beer.
What do you say?
I would do it for you guys. I won't do it. I will not do that for anybody else. I'll do it. I'll try it. Try to convince me. Try to convince me if you want.
We'll just have to convince you.
All right.
There are good ones out there.
Buddy.
So for Heather Bryant of Yankee Brew News, first off, to thank Rolly, the Greekiest man I know. This is Buddy Day of Three Dudes Brews, the last call. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Tune into we have more episodes coming out soon.
We have a few more episodes. We have
a few episodes on the docket ready to be processed and put out. Ed's gonna take some Imodium. He's gonna be okay, and he's gonna. Yeah, we'll see Ed again soon. And for Ed Patnord, who's not with us tonight, this has been Buddy Thayer of Three Dudes Brews. Have a good night, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers. Drink good beers. Peace.